Is there areas in your life that you break your own rules because you just really like, I don't know, ice skating, or because you really like particular areas where you're like, okay, I don't need to test, I really want to do something. I would be interested. Where do you break your own rules?
If
Uh, yeah, if that's excellent question. Um, I'm not sure if what I tell you is in that area, but we can talk about this. So there are two areas that I think are outside of that thinking scope. So
Mhm.
I have a very big need to think my answers through. So sometimes I'm thinking slowly, and it's a digression. But sometimes I say, "Do you want my intuitive answer or well thought through answer?" Intuitive I can give you now. The well thought through in 2 days. But I do my best. I do my best now. So I'm a huge believer in the saying that discipline gives you ultimate freedom. Why I'm saying this? Because of all the structure, and the structure is not challenging for me because I build the structure based on habits, and habits are kind of automatic. If you build them well, you don't have to think about them that much. So most of the things I told you are on a habit level, habitual for me. And thanks to this, in most of the cases during the week, many weekends, I finish whatever I have to do, or I decided I want to do around 4 p.m.
Mhm.
And beside this half an hour in the evening with my evening routine, I don't have that. I don't have the time. I don't have plans for the time, and
Mhm.
that's time for me to be spontaneous. I can do whatever I want. So that's one thing. Planning ahead and having this structure also allows me to find time to go for 1 week somewhere else and not work during the time. Like when we talk about this podcast, I was in Germany with my friends, and maybe I work for a couple of hours during the time, and I spent a lot of time with my friends there. In 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm going with my other friends for 5 days, and I won't work there. After this next trip, in next 3 weeks, I'm going for 10 days with my sons, somewhere in Europe, to Croatia, also without need to plan. And it wouldn't be possible for me, if I didn't have a structure. So having a structure allows me to have predictable time to be spontaneous, to do whatever I want. So that's one answer. I'm not sure if it fits the description of the structure, because this freedom is in structure of everything I do. I know that, I hear that, but that suits my character. Also, most of the
Mhm.
weekends I don't have plans for weekends. I do whatever I want with people or with myself. I'm introvert. I like to spend time by myself. That
Mhm.
suits me really well. So that's one area. And the other area that's kind of new or rediscovered way of acting. I'm trying to find activities that I don't need to do anything. Yeah, what I mean by that,
Mhm.
there are no goals or uh, ways of needs of productive approach to that, optimizing that. Like for example, photography. I love to go outside with my camera, observe the world, take some pictures. If I take some pictures, I'm happy. If I want to take pictures, it's still a great time for me. And I don't need to make it my income source. I don't need to be the best in it. I don't need to win any prizes. I don't even need to make sure that I'm getting better in it, because the time itself and the activity of being outside and walking, looking, is that important for me. And in somehow I'm breaking my rules there, because it's not connected directly with any of my aspirations. It's not connected with any of my points of my life
Mhm.
vision goals. It's just time that gives me opportunity to be immersed in the time, in the moment, without thinking why I'm doing this, what is the point of it, what is the ultimate goal. So these two areas, I think, mm, uh, will be my answer. But I'll give you also the third area. Um, I'm not sure what is your spiritual view. What do you believe or not
Mhm.
believe? And people are different; they have different beliefs. I believe that life itself has no goal. and we are to choose that goal. And for me, being able to check, to being, I call it being on the road, like being in the movement. That's what gives me pleasure. And everything I describe to you is not oppressive. It's not a structure I have to do, and I feel tired. That makes me be more in tune in what's important in my life. I'm able to test more. I'm able to be more with my friends. I'm able to be more intentional in whatever I do, thanks to the structure. So the structure helps what I believe is important in life. No inherent goal, not the goal that is given from anywhere. I'm choosing to experiment, to choose, to find, to test, to seek better relationships, and everything I told you about helps me do that more. So yeah, so that was it.
Absolutely, and I believe, as I understand you, that the first one and the third one are somewhat connected, right? So let's say throughout the week, or for N% of the week or of the month, you are very structured and you can basically follow your habits. And you do that also to have this spontaneous lifestyle, or to have the ability to, on a Thursday, do this and that, or on a Sunday, really not to care about anything, and or have those 2-3 hours of morning and evening routines. But it really creates the foundation for you to have this spontaneous decision-making process if something comes your way that you would like to test and try out, because that may eventually help you in your third layer that you just described, to find a spiritual meaning, or to answer the question as in what is important to life.
One more thing. Sorry. As I told you, I'm thinking slowly, but I try to give the whole answer. It's also immersed in what I took responsibility for. When my kids are born, there are very few choices in life that you cannot redo, change them. And one of those choices is a choice of having kids. It doesn't matter if you take care of them or not. You're a father or a mother. It's nothing that you can change. And me having kids, it influences the basic. I want to say that in a concrete way. There is a foundation. There is a framework I'm able to move within because I'm a father. I'm a father, so I want to be close to my kids. That means that I live in Kraków because I can be in 40 minutes in the place where they live. If I weren't a father, probably my life choices, my life goals would be a little bit different because the base layer would be different. I would be able to travel the world. Probably I would live in Norway because I love Norway, but I'm choosing not to do that because I want to be a good father, as good father as I can to my children. And that's important. The context I mentioned in the beginning. Person that has small kids have different possibilities. People that don't have kids, they have different possibilities. So whatever I'm telling about, that I want to work that many hours, it's based on me wanting to support my kids and be close to my kids and be a good father. So that's important. And I think it's like a layer 0 at the base of everything that I told you about.
So if you like that, make sure to check out the full-length episode here and leave a subscribe. Thank you.